Hello everybody, and welcome to... Whoops, I didn't even look at what episode we're on. We haven't been able to record for like 5 months now after breaking the TV in the last episode.
What happened to your voice?
What? What'd you say, Claire? Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22? Oh, minus 0. So we had an episode 0. So, 21, so this would be 22. 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. Yeah, this would be 22. Alright, so episode 22 of Sunrider Liberation Day, which will hopefully be the last one. Because I'm, like, really interested in playing RimWorld. But I definitely want to see how this ends. Which I'm guessing is going to be on a to-be-continued note, considering we just beat the Nightmare Ascendant, and who knows. There's still supposed to be an Ebon fleet, and let's see if we can turn this down a little bit first. Alright, there we go.
Oh hey, now I can hear you.
And Claire's here with me, of course.
Yeah, as soon as you started the recording, I could barely hear you.
Really?
Yes.
Probably that's because drowned out by the music.
And like, muted.
Hopefully that's not too loud in the video. Alright. So...
I guess OBS has some sort of equalizer thing, or Skype does at least. Something does.
That super annoying battle. What?
Didn't you save like halfway through the battle or something?
I saved on the end screen. Maybe it can't save on the end screen, so it saved like right before the final attack. So let's go ahead and make that final attack again. Asaga,
Yeah.
destroy this thing. Thank you. Yeah, this was the screen I saved on. All the surrendered ships.
Oh gosh. Yeah, this reminds me of playing Fire Emblem and leveling up my characters in a single battle. An entire screen of defeated enemies.
That's another thing I want to do is see if Citra is going to work with for Fire Emblem Fates. I don't think I'm going to record that, but I definitely want to play that.
The Fire Emblem games have been so much fun. Lately I've been playing Final Fantasy Explorers, and that game is fun as well. Alright, yeah! I don't remember the voices I was doing.
I'm not surprised. Again, it's been 5 months since we could play. And
Yes.
You're probably hearing a weird reverberation from Claire, and that's kind of unavoidable. We've been playing around with the settings, but problem is I still don't have an actual monitor for my computer, so I'm using a program called Splashtop to remote control the desktop from my crappy-ass laptop that can't do anything. So this reverberation you're probably hearing is completely unavoidable with the way the remote audio works. And who knows how long it'll be before I can get a new TV or monitor or whatever.
I think you might want to turn down the game audio just a little bit more. It's a pathetic human. Asaga! Thanks.
Oh, Shigara shielded the blackjack with her little shield pylon things. I forget what they're called. Oh, that's an awesome screenshot.
You are a fool.
Whoops. Screenshot. That's right. Screenshot automatically hides the UI.
Good.
And takes 80 million years, if I remember right. That is awesome, though.
It's nice.
I thought that thing was a lot bigger than the blackjack is. Huh. There we go.
Cigar is your enemy.
Oh, shit.
She betrayed your friendship. Stole the man you love. You think I was so petty that I actually believed you before.
Nice.
And because of that, Claude.
Oh, that's right, we lost Claude. We don't know if she's actually dead or if we're gonna recover her at the end of this, but everybody seems to think she is. Huh? Yeah, I think there was that too.
No more teletype. Something so little ain't worth putting you back the galaxy over. Yeah. Impossible. Now, Captain.
All ships, open fire! You were once a comrade, but your madness must be put to an end. Farewell, Alice. Fire! We have quite the fleet here. Machiavellis, load up all tubes and fire!
Okay, it almost looks like the green ship in the middle is being shot from behind. Captain, the Vanguard is charged and ready. On your word.
This is it. Fire!
Well, goodbye, prototype. Your war's over. It's confirmed. The Nightmare Ascendant is confirmed neutralized. Its flame has been completely obliterated. Its pilot presumably killed.
Don't presume. Scan.
Yes. The remaining enemy units are surrendering.
Yes! Take their surrender, Ava.
Aye, Captain.
We did it. We won.
Surrender, you cowards! We did it! And so freedom prevails.
この戦争もようやく終結した。
So the war is over.
全員、投降した同志たちの収容を用意しろ。
All hands, prepare to take on prisoners.
そして、アルカディウス。いや、プロトタイプの陰謀について真実を伝えるのだ。
See to it that they are educated as to the truth of the creature they believe to be Venexar Arcadius. The bridge crew saluted Fontana. Sir!
これでパクトも新しい道を切り開くことができた。
Now, Pac shall find a new path.
民を置き去りにして銀河を変えることなどできない。
We cannot hope to reform the galaxy if we are internally weak.
これから我々は国を優先するべきだ。
Our efforts shall turn
苦しんでいる民を
inwards.
救うのは政府の責任。
The poor and the weak within our borders will be tended to by the
無
government.
謀な討伐と無意味な戦乱を二度と繰り返してはいけない。
No longer will we overlook the suffering of our people for reckless misadventures on foreign lands.
今日ここで民主共和の生まれ変わりを宣言する。
The People's Alliance shall be reborn! The bridge crew... The bridge crew applauded and surrounded Shields. Everyone. Shields took turns shaking the hands of the crew.
You did it, Captain.
Ava saluted.
Sir, it is my greatest pleasure to be your first mate on this journey. It was a long voyage, and at times I felt overwhelmed.
We all did. We were all tested. But in the end, we prevailed.
Sir, what is your order, Captain?
Set course. Sarah. Dock with our home port. We're all going home. That's a weird statement considering Kato and Ava are the only ones on the ship that are from Sarah.
Well, they're just the two that are going home first.
We kind of gathered all the other girls throughout the galaxy.
Yeah, well, Sarah's going home now. Understood, Captain. Helmsman, report new heading.
The crew rushed to the pilots as the Sunrider's riders returned.
Oh, everyone!
Glad to see that they're friends again.
I see someone missing.
Who's missing?
Oh, let's see, Bacon Pink?
Well, everybody still thinks she's dead. Maybe she actually is. That's a good picture, though. Bet I could only put one thumbnail on a video.
Yeah, it saves screenshots, right? So you don't have to do it manually?
Right. At least that's one benefit of this game over Arcana. This actually has a screenshot function. Rather than having to do a control print screen and paste into Paint like I did with Arcana, which I'm not actually even sure that would work with this setup. But I think I might have a new desktop image at least.
We won! Shikara! We won! Saga! Relieved, you're right. Shikara. I'm sorry.
Saga bowed down.
I was stupid. I said all those things about you. In the end, it was me who was being manipulated by the prototypes. Nothing I do will ever forgive me, but I just want you to know. Please, make him happy for me, okay? Of course.
Chigara embraced the Saga.
You're a friend, the Saga. No matter what happens, we'll always be friends. Seriously? Oh, she is making me sick.
Yeah, you're crying too.
I'm gonna need a drink before the victory celebrations. See how stupidly happy everyone else is. You know how long we beat those prototypes? Come on, they weren't scary at all.
That last one was.
Because like your tears of joy, mercenary. What? I'm not crying. Seriously, who the hell do I think I am? Crying over something so stupid. Oh.
Kari cried into Kriska's possum. Oh, that's awesome. Shield saw Saga waiting for him by the windows. That's quite a view. I was afraid I'd never see it again.
I'm sorry. I really messed up, didn't I?
Well, it was the prototype who killed Claude. You can't blame yourself forever, Saga.
No. It was all because I was fooled. In the end, I was the traitor. And the worst part was that I wanted to be tricked. I wanted Chigara to be a spy just so she'd disappear. I was selfish and jealous. Someone like me isn't a hero.
Oh.
I'm leaving, Captain, before the victory ceremony.
Hey, you earned it as much as everybody. In fact, I think you did more damage to that thing than anybody. You shouldn't force yourself. It wouldn't be a celebration without the ace of our rider squad.
I don't deserve a celebration.
Yes, you do. So you messed up a bit, but still, we would not have won that battle without you.
Besides, I don't want to be in the way. Chigara deserves you a lot more than I do, in every possible way. I'm going back to Arrival. With Pact pulling out, I need to go back right away. I'll stay there and rebuild Arrival as queen. Only then, I atone for what I did today.
Saga.
I too shall follow the saga.
Of course. You too, Sola?
Yes. The clamor of Arcadius ill suits me.
Well, that much is true.
I thank you, Captain, for all you have done for me. but the time has come for me to return home. Lyuvia is but a weak world now, but I wish to assist in whatever way I can to make it great again. Perhaps one day we will be a society as mighty as we are fair and just.
Alright, if that's what you want, Zola.
Yes. Well then.
Saga wanted to step forward to kiss him goodbye, but awkwardly held herself back. She stepped backwards.
Goodbye, Captain. Thanks for everything.
Good luck, Saga. Saga and Sola turned around and slipped out of the mess hall. May our paths cross again. Shield sat on the couch as Chigara clamored in his bathroom.
Oh dear.
You know, the officer's ball isn't even until after the award ceremony. All you really need for the ceremony is a clean uniform.
I understand, Captain. But it helps to be prepared.
She's already tried on her dress 3 times, and curled her hair 5 different ways. I guess this is what it's like to live with a woman, huh? And she doesn't look any different.
I mean, it's not like they're gonna bother and make new artwork for her character.
Chigara finally emerged from the bathroom in a new uniform.
Phew. Okay, I'm ready now, Captain.
Alright. What's your dress even look like?
That's a secret.
Really?
Please look forward to it, okay?
Yeah.
そしてこれで中立辺境に再び平和が訪れることができた。
And with this, peace has returned to the neutral rim. Admiral Gray held hands with Fontana as a small army of reporters took their holopics.
プロトタイプに1本取られてもよくぞ無事で戻れたな、小僧。
Glad your fleet could make it here in one piece, boy.
おや、おかしなことを言うね、生徒。
Admiral, a pleasure, as always.
それより滑稽なことだな。中立な強襲空母一隻と所属不明の少女たちのライダー招待に何度も助けられた連邦の代表でもここまで口を叩けるとは思わなかったな。
I've learned the most interesting thing. That the Alliance owes most of its successes to a foreign squad of beautiful young women.
誰がた長い旅にお疲れのようだ。無論この戦争の勝利は我が連邦連合艦隊および連邦の勇敢な兵士たちのおかげに違いないとは思うがね。
Bah! The men spurt all sorts of nonsense after a long voyage. This war was won by my men and the combined might of the Alliance Navy. The two laughed between gritted teeth. Shield sat at his table with Chigara.
Oh dear. So many important people are here.
Don't worry, you're one of those important people too. You were the one who stopped the prototypes and saved everyone.
Really? I wonder. I'll try not to embarrass you too much, Captain.
Don't worry about things like that. Just let the Admiral make his speech and give you the medal. Shouldn't be that hard for the hero Sarah, right?
Yes!
Ava gathered Claude's belongings from her desk and placed them in a box.
I never did get along with her. Claude, if you're out there, you've won my respect. This ship couldn't have had a finer doctor.
Ava opened a shelf, only to find an enormous pink dildo inside.
Are we playing Cards Against Humanity now?
She shook her head.
Never mind. I take that back. Completely and utterly. Even in death, she's only good for comic relief.
Uh-oh. Ava slammed the shelf shut and closed the box.
We knew next to nothing about her.
Ain't that the truth? Didn't actually have a lot of depth to her.
We can't even contact her next of kin.
We just discovered her in a transport ship being attacked by some pirates.
Claude, just who was she?
She opened the last shelf and found a hollow.
A hollow? Could this help us track down her relatives?
Ava switched it on.
Here's the video of the proper use of what was in the last shelf. Or judging by her expression, this is something important.
That was weird.
I'm guessing the hollow is important.
Yeah.
Like, turns
Good
out...
as I've been at predicting this game, I have no freaking clue what that can be. Admiral Gray stood at the podium while a wall of Alliance officials stood behind him.
Turns out Claude was the clone.
Wouldn't that be something? But why would they kill one of their own?
They didn't know about it.
Or maybe she's a spy for the Emerald Fleet, or Ebon Fleet.
It's possible. Let's find out.
Nah, I don't know what it would be.
Let's find out.
While we mourn for those who lost their lives, we must also commemorate the living. Many distinguished themselves in the battle to liberate Sarah. The Ferelden Cross is the highest honor the Alliance can bestow upon a foreign national. It is my pleasure to bestow the cross to Shigara Lin Ashada, whose technical know-how was instrumental in thwarting the enemy's attack. We owe our lives to you, young lady. The audience applauded as Shigara stood to accept the award. Shield stood to his feet. Their voices were drowned out by the applause, but they knew exactly what they were saying. Chigara. He smiled and met her eyes. She smiled back at him.
Captain, Chigara did it.
Yep.
Chigara loves you.
He saluted her. Chigara! Let's start our bakery together.
Yes. Of course.
After captaining a starship and fighting off an intergalactic threat, being in a bakery would be just stupid boring. I would not want to do that. And that's the end.
Well,
So...
I actually suppose on.
What?
For a moment,
What happened?
a became eternity.
For a moment, a second became eternity. Sounded like a gunshot.
Yikes.
Is there an assassin? What?
Now, all of you can die now.
What? Oh my god, did Lin somehow escape and switch with Chigara? Suddenly, time flowed again. Hunter drones crashed through the ceiling. What? Shields threw himself to the ground as the drone sprayed the room with bullets. No! Blood splattered Shields' face as the people he was sitting
with just moments before they rendered.
Why are you reading the narrative? Huh?
I don't know, you're taking a while to read it, so I kind of jumped in.
Well, I'm like... My mind is like... I don't know, just like...
Remember how
in a state of shock. What the hell?
And waiting for just the right moment to reveal herself? This seems like a good moment.
That makes no sense. If she hadn't have cut the prototype's link, we would have lost that battle. And the whole fleet would have been destroyed rather than just a couple of people. So yeah, this makes no sense unless somehow between that battle and this ceremony, Lin escaped from the brig and switched places with Chigara.
Again, we'll find out in like 5 frames.
What? I already read that. Or I think I did. I don't know. The Alliance diplomats were torn up by high-caliber rounds on stage. The room erupted into screams as the drones gunned down the Alliance officers. Shields crawled to the stage. Where was she?
Okay, is it like super loud or something, or what? I can barely hear you again.
No, it's super quiet. He picked up Gray and applied pressure on the gaping hole under his throat. The accursed monsters have tricked us. Admiral! Shields felt as if his own blood was draining out from his throat. I should have known better than to negotiate with the Reds.
Paradox core.
You...
Oh snap, you have that!
The Paradox core. What? No, they destroyed it! We saw them destroy that thing!
We did?
Yes! You're probably at a disadvantage. I went and rewatched most of my episodes from before, like yesterday, so I could refresh my mind about how all the game was. But yeah, the Paradox Core was the very first thing, that big, basically Death Star looking thing.
Oh, see, I was thinking
remember when Gray was
go back in time by a few seconds.
Remember when
that would be very useful right here. What was that, hyperdrive?
Oh, the Wish Hall? Oh yeah, yes. The Wish Hall! Oh, thank God I didn't use that. I still don't know if I want to use it, though!
What did she even do with it?
But anyway, remember... I might be able to jog your memory. Remember when Gray was standing in the throne of it and talking about people becoming gods with its power? And then he said,
no.
And then he resisted it, said, no, it must be destroyed.
No. Oh well, carry on.
Although I was actually worried that the Alliance copied the blueprints and we're going to build another one. So maybe that is what happened.
About that.
Huh?
Remember hearing something about that?
Wipe every last of them from this world. Gray's eyes faded away. Shields howled and clenched his blood-soaked hands. He looked at the hall. The doors were all sealed. The hunter drones systematically hunted down every Alliance officer and diplomat in the room. The living clawed at the door, while the dead flooded the room with blood. They had all been had. This was their plan all along. To gather everyone here, so they could butcher them all like animals.
Yes, that was our plan.
Oh my god, that scene with Ava! What if Claude was actually in with it and faked the medical exam? Although it still makes no sense why they'd have killed her.
What if she's not dead? What if she was just captured?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe that's what's on the hollow.
Oh my gosh. Chigara approached Shield, standing atop a hunter drone.
Easily deceived.
Shield stood to face his former lover. Why? The war's over!
And if this is really not Chigara, that would explain all the stress and anxiety that she was going through. Either A, to play the part right, or B, hoping that she would pass until the right moment came along. For the complete and utter annihilation of humanity, of course.
That was not the prototype's goal, though, other than Alice. Could it be Alice? The pilot presumed killed. Did she somehow take over Chigara? That really sounds like Alice.
We have failed as a species. If it is Chigara.
No.
Humanity is but a jealous, paranoid, hate-filled biomass.
That's Alice. That is definitely Alice. Whether she's controlling Lynn and switched with Chigara, or whether she somehow took control of Chigara, which doesn't really make sense, because Chigara, like, broke free of their control when she was in the stream.
Weapons which only destroy yourselves. Fight wars over slices of the galaxy which only ruin your lands. Rule over others only to breed hatred from the world. Whenever humanity reaches the apex of its potential, the only result is your own destruction. We prototypes associated in the hopes that humanity could be tamed by a superior species. But there is no hope of such salvation for your kind. Only complete and utter extinction.
Don't bullshit me! You're not Chigara! The Chigara I know wouldn't say things like that.
Oh?
Chigara's a nice girl. She's shy and easily embarrassed. She cares about the lowest of us and can forgive anyone if they just ask. Chigara! Shields ran towards the drone. I'm coming for you! He leaped off the stage and crashed onto the roof of the drone. He gritted his teeth as he pulled himself up. You're not Chigara!
Fool!
Shields wrapped his arms around Chigara and pressed their mouths together. It was Alice!
What? How can you?
Chigara!
You're not me. What is this power? How can you exist in New Link?
You were the one responsible for this. The mind link Chigara performed earlier. You used that to control her.
Get out of my mind!
Well, glad she broke free, but that still leaves us in a major shitstorm.
Used to wish I'd go back to before she started killing everyone and then just kiss her then. If you could go back so far.
I'm pretty sure it's said like a few seconds. I could kind of miss the opportunity. I didn't see anything that said to use it pop up like it did with the
pirate.
Yeah, cassette.
With the Lolly Pirate Space Round. Lolly Space Pirate.
Oh.
Captain, what happened?
Chigara.
The last thing I remember was being on the stage, and...
Oh, so she is like hiding in her mind, like gathering all her power for just one push. Oh no, this is gonna destroy Chigara. You're safe now. You managed to fight off the prototype's neural invasion.
But everyone's...
Yeah. No time for that. Can you figure out how to shut these drones down?
Yes, I should still have access. Ah,
Now what? Chigara!
oh, that's a nice picture.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So obviously, security came in and didn't realize that what was going on.
Well, there's more blood around now. I mean, if security did come in, they wouldn't... Like, hopefully they know Shigar and wouldn't just fire upon her right away.
Except she was the one who's doing all that. They didn't realize that she's being controlled.
But would they know that she was the one doing it? Did anyone put out a warning thing?
This whole thing
Saying,
is being televised. Reporters everywhere. Cameras.
Huh, I wonder if the cameras were smashed during the chaos. Or if this is still being reported.
Shields cradled her in his arms.
Hey,
Be quiet. I'm still going to save you.
use wish all.
Yeah, where is the option?
We couldn't open the bakery together.
Oh, it's probably back on the frickin' ship! It's an actual device. It's not something he carries around in his pocket. Duh! It's an orb in his cabin.
Yeah, you kind of have to have something like that with you in order to make good use of it. It would have been so nice.
Oh. What kind of a bloody ending is this?
It is a very bloody ending.
Chigara's face went blank. Shields bellowed in horror. Oh, it's Fontana that did it! But you've been here the whole time! Didn't you see Alice pop out of her? Or maybe she wasn't visible, but Shields saw her! Or maybe just heard her. Maybe Fontana wasn't close enough to hear her. I don't know. Shields!
And then would have seen Shigar start looking around.
You fool! You brought this traitor here! Fontana! The two men stared eye to eye, ready to kill each other. You were blind! And now all is lost! No! Shields pointed his arm at Fontana and swore upon all that he held holy. I was a fool to think peace would ever exist between you and I! From this point, we are enemies! I will not rest, not until everything you hold dear burns! I will hunt you down! You can entrench yourself in the deepest hole in a new Eden! But I will burn every building, raze every home, until I have found and killed you! Wow, Kato's lost it. Can't really blame him, but, Fontana! I swear it upon her grave! She will be avenged! Shields! You have You have brought folly upon us all! Yeah! Shields bellowed his rage, his grief, and his horror. Fury filled his chest. He felt as if his body would explode.
Captain!
Ava held down Shields and wrestled him to the floor. Don't interfere! Ava slapped him across the face.
Don't you realize they want this? You're still our captain. We need you.
No! Pack troops busted through the locked door and exchanged fire with the drones. She didn't betray us! She was no traitor. The Neural Link! When she entered it to save us, they controlled her! She wasn't a traitor. She didn't betray me!
Captain. Come on, this way.
Ava grabbed him by the waist and dragged him out of the hall. They reached the airlock to the Sunrider when they came face to face with the lieutenant. Lieutenant!
Sir?
What the... Honestly, what the hell? Did they, like, switch writers in the middle of this fucking game? This is, like, completely off the wall from everything the story's developed.
Well, maybe whenever you see the holodeck Ava found, it'll explain things a little bit more.
One can only hope.
Ava probably told Krista about it.
Seriously!
And also, televised would have shown that Shields and... Yeah, it would have shown that the two of them seem to be in on the plan together.
Kriska raised her sidearm and took aim at them.
I'm sorry, Captain. Got that orders from above.
And of course, orders are everything to... to Kriska. An execution order for me. Kriska's hands trembled as she held her gun at Shields. Use the paradox core, eh? That's funny, because I thought you guys destroyed that thing. Saw it with my own eyes. It falling into the fires of Hellion.
That's classified, Captain.
Do you really think what the Alliance is doing is right, Lieutenant? Now what? Are we being fired upon? Suddenly, the airlock behind Kriska exploded in a massive fireball.
I mean, technically...
The three of them went flying in the shockwave. Kriska crashed to the floor, blood dripping down her face.
Must have used too much C4.
Why use any C4? You're the security officer on this ship! You don't need to blast your way in! Or are we not on the Sunrider? I thought we were on the Sunrider, weren't we?
It doesn't look like the Sunrider.
No, there's the Sunrider in the background. Okay, this is the docking port that leads to it.
Yes,
okay,
this is not the
that makes a little more sense.
Soldier boy, what the...
If anybody can convince Kriska to disobey her orders, it'll be Akari, though. Those two have really become close. Suddenly, Akari realized what was going on and drew her
You really let the Admiral spy? What a crime is that, mercenary?
The two pointed their guns at each other.
Lower your weapon.
I'm surprised that Akari's using a gun and not a sword, though.
Sorry. Orders are orders. Stop! You said we were comrades in arms. Didn't you? We're family. I trust you, Lieutenant.
Akari slowly lowered her gun. Yeah, she's gonna get through to Kriska.
You.
Kriska tossed her gun away. Yeah. She reached into her uniform and tore off her Alliance insignia. Shields and Ava helped her back up.
Can you walk, Lieutenant? Don't worry, it's nothing.
Akari embraced her.
Piece of... scaring me like that. I apologize. Now, let's just get out of here. Yeah, I think we'll go through the Sunrider.
They crashed into the bridge. Get me all the information you have about the new Paradox Core.
Captain, we've got incoming hostiles all around us. Seems like both the Alliance and Pact want us dead.
Oh. So much for vacation.
It's called a Tactical Paradox Warhead, or TPW.
Warhead? They put the destructive power of that thing into a fucking torpedo?! Seriously, military should not make any decisions, ever!
The Alliance rushed the development on it because, based on the scientific information we collected from the original core. It is a more small-scale version of the original, which can be mounted on a regular ship-based torpedo. Its destructive potential is correspondingly smaller. However, it is still far more powerful than anything else in the Alliance arsenal. A single warhead has enough firepower to destroy an entire planet and all its surrounding moons, as well as orbiting ships.
The bridge went silent.
You know, I hear you can get an achievement in Spore with something like that.
What?
Just making a joke, there are 2 achievements in Spore, one of which is finding Earth, another one is blowing up Earth.
This was the Alliance's backup plan, wasn't it? To destroy Sarah and murder everyone living on it, along with the entire Pact fleet and all their leaders, all with a single torpedo.
The Alliance military plans for all contingencies, Captain. Honestly, the chances of a catastrophe which would justify use of the TPW were so minuscule that I never personally even fathomed it as even an option.
Of course. How many ships do we have to fight to reach the torpedo?
One more battle. Over 1,500 Alliance ships, and 1,000 Pact ships.
We can't do that with have no support! We don't have either of our support riders either, unless somebody else here knows how to pilot the Liberty. This cannot be a thing! It can't! Ava composed herself. And actually, I don't think it is, because I don't have a research and buy option, so... Maybe it's not an actual battle.
What's going on? I can barely hear you.
I said, thinking about it, it probably isn't a thing. It's probably not an actual battle. It's a cinematic, because if you notice here, the research in the store is not there.
Well, that's because I didn't want to spoil it by telling you there's another battle, but then they'll let you do it just beforehand, if there is another one.
Ava?
Also, in the research and store thing, you can talk to people, and it would be nice to be able to talk to Shigara, but then if you waited too long, you won't be able to talk to her anymore. We are Sarah's last line of defense against our enemies.
No, the talk to people is on the ship map, not the research screen.
Yes, that's it. The Sunrider still has one last fight in her.
Well, we do have the 0-point warp thing. We don't have to fight a couple thousand ships. We just have to warp in right next to the end of the flagship and fire a few torpedoes at it.
Yeah, and then just have to potentially fight what's right next to it.
I suppose you're right. Can we perform a short-range warp to close the distance?
Without the chief engineer, it is difficult to say.
Oh gosh. So we're probably gonna have to fight something. We're gonna drive off target.
The jump will undoubtedly be rough.
And the status of our rider squad?
Just the Phoenix and the Paladin, Captain.
Oh yeah, the Saga and Sola left.
Right.
I can't fight much of anything if I only have the Phoenix, Paladin, and Sunrider. That's just not gonna work.
Maybe you can buy more troops, I don't know.
Because I have no shields for anything. I mean, the Sunrider's got a very, very weak shield on itself, and that's it.
Oh, this will be fun.
So I can't have the Paladin draw fire, because it'll get torn apart.
Saga and Sola can't be that far away.
Saga, Sola. At least you two are safe. Shields put his hand on Ava's shoulder. This is going to be our last fight. Flight.
Captain.
All hands, battle stations! We will perform an emergency warp to emerge in the heart of the Alliance fleet. From there, we will perform a frontal assault through their lines until we are in range of Machiavelli Actual. Riders are to escort the Sunrider until she has reached her destination.
Understood.
Spool up the warp drive, Commander. Warp!
Okay, I think this is a good point to try to end the episode. And then just have one last one.
Yeah, I guess. This better be, like, super easy, because this does not... Well, okay.
So there was another battle.
So yeah, I didn't get to save beforehand, I didn't get to research, I didn't get to buy anything. Looks like I got more command points than I had before, but I wonder if it restocked my torpedoes, because I definitely fired them all in that last battle.
I guess it makes sense. I don't know.
Looks
Oh
like,
well.
looks like
Let's
I've got
end the
my
episode
looks
and
like
see
I've
how
got my
well we do next time.
gunboats and the shield jammers and one falcon. Yeah, this is the edge of the map. I only got one falcon. Did my other one get destroyed in that battle? I don't think it did.
Oh gosh, someone's doing
And where's the gravity ship? I know that capital gravity ship didn't get destroyed. The Union battleship?
Didn't she get some
Or did the
aligned
Union turn against me too? No, because the shield jammers are Union as well. I don't know. I guess we'll see what's going to happen here in the next episode.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for watching, and have a good one.